we're never actually hitting any of this. That's because this stuff should be a knot. Is he just moving really, really, really slow? Because it says we're setting the velocity to all this stuff. How come we're not hitting our breakpoint? Or are we? Okay, we did hit our breakpoint, it just wasn't giving me much. Our velocity is 0, 0, negative 213. Normalize it, multiply by delta t, which is real small. Okay, so the issue is, of course, that our velocity is very, very small. And we don't want to normalize our vector here because it should grow. So that's fine. So he's going to fall down until he hits something. Alright, he supposedly hit something right there, but I can't see it because he's too damn small. Alright, so he hits the ground. And let's see what he's going to do. We actually do get a speed and direction here. Direction is 0, 0, 0. Oh, come on, I can't close this? What the fuck? Yeah, if you pause the game, you can't close some of your windows. That's real nice. Alright, so getting the direction and the speed is not getting us anything. So we need to open up our water object, not this one, but the test water. Alright, so get direction and speed. Well, it's not doing anything. So we hit our water, and get direction and speed is a water surface object. Let's step into. It just doesn't go anywhere? What? It doesn't even go into this object? It's so fucking dumb. Ah, I can't click it. So I can't, it's not calling get direction and speed on the actual object. Like, I don't understand why not. So, like, supposedly we're calling get direction and speed, and then all that sort of stuff. It's never actually getting called in our class? Like, what? So maybe we actually have to call, like, this sort of thing using this other thing. This is so dumb. I can't just replace this damn thing. It's okay, you cast to a water object, and then you try to call into it, and well, no, you can't actually do that. Oh yeah, the animation. There is no animation code here for this. This is just the, like, this is the falling code, and this is the other thing. The animation's not hooked up at all. I can't tell you, Sonicron. It might have something to do with. It's green on my screen, so it's green in there. I don't know. I really do not understand what the hell is going on here with... It's not calling into get direction and speed. Like, we're not calling in here for some reason, which makes no damn sense to me. We've got the object. Like, it's all there. I mean, the other thing would be maybe it's null or some crap. But it wasn't null. Target is the correct thing. It's just not getting called. It's just not fucking getting called. Is there anything in the output log, maybe? Maybe it is getting called, but we are... Maybe the debugger is a pile of shit. I wouldn't put it past it being a pile of crap. Let's see if this can do it. God, I really don't like it when these things don't work for no reason. And there's usually just hidden gotchas and crap like that. Yeah, see what the fuck is this? Like, I put a breakpoint in here, doesn't get hit. Look in the logs, it's getting hit. Like, why you give me a debugger if it doesn't fucking work? I'd rather have something that doesn't work than something that works half the fucking time. Because I can walk through, you know, C++ code, no problem. But I can't walk through this sort of bullshit if it... That's so dumb. Alright, looks like top left and top right are not getting set. Alright, so what's going to be going on here is... we need to actually set our flow field information. Alright, we're gonna need to go to the event graph and do like, again, play and call init bars in here. Yeah, intermittent failures are the worst failures. Have it fail all the time. And I'm sorry, Chris Goku. I'm working. I'm not really doing a tutorial series or something. So I can't zoom any farther than that. Like that's just how it works. Zoom 1-to-1. So can't really do a whole hell of a lot with that. So let's see the speed coming out is getting converted and printed out immediately. Alright, so we have the speed and everything else. Are we setting this stuff in C++ land when we actually save it out? The game looks cool. We haven't really worked on much of... We've just been working on math. We haven't been actually getting anything really cool going on. So, it should look much, much, much better when we get closer to actual cool stuff. Alright, so why is the speed 0? Is the speed 0 because it's being set to 0? Because it is 0, or what? Like, this is not 0. This is something else. Alright, so let's see. If we have the flow field data, we should have this generate flow field, save real flow field data, fill data with actual flow field. Well, let's see what it is. I mean, it's this big black blob of nothing, isn't it? Maybe it got screwed up last time somehow. And that's the real flow field information there. That should be good. Yeah, these W's are ones. So we should be having non-zero values in here. It's still speed 0. Let's see if this multiply by delta t was making it all trash, or if we're actually getting it. Time to go line by line? No, it's like, I guess the data's not there or something? Doesn't really make much sense to me why there's trash going on. It's like we got the vectors out of here, out of this length, so the only things that would be, let's just print it out then. Alright, so the out x, out y, the direction. So unwieldy for some of this stuff. We can't take a vector 4 and turn it into a goddamn string? Are you serious? It's just a giant goddamn mess to print out something that'd be super simple in code. Blueprints are not always the best thing. Is Unreal garbage collected? Yes, it will use garbage collection. Arg. Well, this is always the frustrating part. And there always is one. But now the question is, why in the hell is the W 0 on these vectors that we saved if the X, Y, and Z is not 0? Like, something is screwed up. All these W's are like 1s. I can't use the goddamn index operator? Are you serious? Come on, no operator brackets matches these operands. Right. Even though it's clearly an array, I can't actually look at the data in the position that I'd want. Come on. Nine two eight seven three. Alright, so the W is actually 0 at this location. Yeah, the A is 0 as well. Okay, so we're indexing into the data properly, but something else is wrong? Alright, so we're supposedly at coordinate 201, 181. So like 201, 181. So we're at this location? Looks like we're flipped in our Y. Did we save our stuff properly? Texture does look kind of cool. Alright, so what's going on is we got some of our math wrong somewhere. Just wish our debugger wasn't such a pile of garbage. And we got X and Y. Alright, bottom left, top right. So bottom left and then top right. Bottom left, top right. I mean, why would we be flipped in our Y? We'd be flipped in our Y? Top left, top Y, I mean. Top left isn't getting set? It's because I didn't save all 4. Alright, that makes sense. Get out of here, IntelliSense. You're garbage. So we gotta set up all this stuff on us. I wish things were easier to save with this sort of garbage instead of having to do all this crap all the time. Unreal just really doesn't like it if you've got static variable stuff you want to save on your objects. This just does not agree with it. It's like, nope. Alright, then I'll be able to mess with this stuff a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that, these engines, big engines like this, you think all this stuff is real obvious. Like you should be able to save data and everything like that. You should be able to do X, Y, or Z. But I remember when we were using Unreal 4 before it was actually publicly released. Geez, like stuff did not work. Like they didn't even have root motion on objects. I remember there was a big deal. It was like, should we implement root motion ourselves, or should we wait around for somebody else to implement it for us? That sort of stuff. So you'd think a lot of this is obvious, but it never is. Alright, so let's go over our water blueprint. This is just... Just look at this garbage. Like, it's just... Alright, so we got that, and then we've got our actual generate flow field. Top left and then bottom right. And we gotta generate and run this again. What's root motion? Root motion is where you can have an animation that can be rooted to another animation. So like, let's say there's a guy getting into a tank. So root motion would be your character can be animated to basically be, his origin is going to be in the location where he would be like on top of the tank, and then like the animation actually starts with the, like if this is the root, you know, the center of motion, the character is actually like off over here, and then like will mantle up onto the thing from where it is. So like supporting offsets and stuff like that, so that you can do specialized animation that's like tied to another object. you know, kind of like if you're in Halo or something and you do an assassination on somebody, you're going to see your character, you know, they kind of pull the camera out and all this other stuff. And there's a lot of like network sync stuff that goes into that to make it look right. Alright, so those are all set. Let's just save everything, close it down, make sure it actually saved, and then boot it up and run it, and hopefully we'll now actually have our motion. It's like, yeah, if you were going to make a game with vehicles, you really need something like root motion in order to, you know, nicely have stuff get in and out and all that sort of crap. Alright, it looks like we actually have this thing going at a specific speed. That speed is just incredibly low. Ugh, all this just garbage. Blueprints are not the nicest for actual, like, physics and all that movement. It's really bad, actually. So it says it's moving in a specific direction at a speed, but I'm not seeing it move. So let's go into our utils here for this. So we hit the test water surface with a radius of 100. So the problem is we're colliding with stuff. Let's just do a radius of 50 as opposed to 100. Oh, there he goes. No, that's not what's happening, Chris Goku. If it was moving, it would be moving. I had code in there that was detecting if there was a collision. So let's see what he does. Well, there he goes. He's going out to sea. He's gonna fall off the frickin' universe, isn't he? There he goes. He's gone. Ah. All right. That's what we're looking for. So let's make sure we actually have some accurate physics objects for this thing to deal with when it's up here. So if we put up a whole bunch of these guys here, the question is going to be, are they actually going to flow off and fall down the waterfall and then roam around? So let's see if they actually do what they're supposed to. Alright, let's see. Can I just like temporarily disable this thing? Yeah, is there a way to disable the object without removing it? So what's probably going on is these things are getting stuck in this little area. God, it's amazing that this little dude actually made it around all this crap. And that these guys aren't, somehow.